Hi guys, it's me Joshua once again. Of course you know who I am, but more importantly, I got my friend Nine Toes here. He's back once again, hitting up a dual com with me. And today, the special topic we're going to be talking about is, of course, Battlefield 4, which is no surprise, right?
Yeah, right.
So specifically, we're just going to talk about some main points on the Battlefield 4 multiplayer details and or other details if we feel like we need to, because it's our commentary, you know. So Nine Toes, tell me just quickly, what is your favorite part about what we know so far?
What I took away from last week's E3, there was a lot of information that was being dished out, and I am probably most excited about the usefulness once again of the recon class. It just seemed in Battlefield 3 the recon class was just it really didn't have much of anything. You couldn't deal with a tank like you could in Bad Company 2 as an example with C4. So the recon class is going to finally get motion balls once again, so you are able to spot enemies on the go as opposed to just posting up and sipping on camp sauce in one spot with a tug or a Mav. As is currently now with Battlefield 3, and you also will be able to equip C4 once again, and that C4 will be tossable, like it was in the Bad Company 2 days. So to
Amen.
me, yeah, that to me is what I took away as the most exciting from last week's E3 stream.
Certainly. And there's just tons of information out there. And, if you don't like one thing, I'm sure something else is going to get you excited about it. I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure everybody's, pretty excited about this entire thing. I know there's some specific details that I liked more than others, like, of course, the destruction. I think the destruction is just going to be amazing. And, if it plays out like what they're kind of playing it up to be, I think it's going to be interesting in how dynamic the maps can be versus, Battlefield 3, whereas, like, there was a lot of destructible things, but it had its limits,
Yes.
whereas on Battlefield 4, it seems like you can just turn everything into rubble if you wanted it to, within reason, of course. And I think that's going to be interesting.
No, without a doubt. And you know what? Playing with a couple of like some diehard Battlefield fans, I remember, as a matter of fact, almost like a month after the launch of Battlefield 3, one of my very good buddies, as a matter of fact, was a little disappointed. He made a comment that, "Hey, Bad Company 2, you were able to actually level, you know." Damn near every building in a map, should you actually want to, and you didn't actually have that in Battlefield 3. And I was a little resistant at first, but then when he actually pointed out, like, what could be done and what couldn't be done, I was like, you know what, you're right. He really was pretty spot on. Take a look at, for example, Sand Crossing, or any one of the original vanilla maps in Battlefield 3, and you'll see for yourself that you don't have that level of destructibility in Battlefield 4, and it had, I think, a lot to do with the whole memory thing that
Yeah,
the
it was a
consoles
memory
are.
limitation.
Yeah, and not to mention also a networking thing as well too, with when playing on multiplayer, because you have to, on a console with low memory, each console having very little memory per console. What was it, 256 meg per console, or half a gig or something like that? It was something really ridiculously low. To render out that times 24, because remember, you got 12 players per side. It has to be obviously done server side, to kind of farm out that information, so that everyone can kind of see the destructibility. So you had it in Bad Company 2, but it was a lot more in Battlefield 3, and it's back. So I'm definitely excited about that too, the destructibility.
Yes, and of course, I think one of the things that caught my attention with one of the multiplayer reveals, or if there's more than one, I haven't
Mm-hmm.
got every detail just yet, haven't
Mm-hmm.
soaked it up, but was the watercraft that you can use, like
Oh.
skis and the boat, like the
Mm-hmm.
stealth looking boat, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But I think those would be interesting to come back to some more water based, infantry attacks, battles. I think that'd be really interesting. And of course, the fact that the next gen's rolling in. So I think um, I'm not sure if Battlefield 4 is going to be a launch day title for Xbox One, but it's going to be close. If not, you can see me how I'm kind of lacking the information here. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to get it for um, Battlefield 4 for the Xbox One, and I'm going to get the PlayStation 4 as well. So I'm probably going to end up having it for those two consoles at least, and then I'm going to try to jump into PC gaming as well with it. So We're talking,
Cool.
multiple platforms with me. But what about you, Nine Toes? You think you're going to get into some PC gaming or any other platforms besides, your trusty PlayStation side?
Yeah, I definitely have. I'm sure as you know, and some of anyone else who has been listening to me for any period of time knows that I have been a PlayStation fan for a very long time. I definitely will be picking up a PlayStation 4 day one. From what I understand and gather, Battlefield 4 will
Should
be
be available, yeah.
well. I think it's going to be available first as a game. So in other words, I could actually hold a physical copy on October, what is it, the 27th is the launch date. I can hold a physical copy of a PlayStation 4 Battlefield 4 game disc, but the actual console itself, as of the time we're recording this, we're not sure of the launch date of the console, but I gotta almost have to assume it won't be until the towards the latter part of November, when each of the consoles are going to be pushed out onto the street. So there may be that 1 month lag where you won't be able to play, and if that's what it is, that's what it is. But to answer your question more specifically, I may actually dip my toe into some PC gaming. So I'm a Mac guy. I kind of have been for the last handful of years. And so all of my hardware is all Macintosh, really more for work stuff and the video stuff that I do. Um, but what I wouldn't definitely mind doing is picking up, now that the prices are getting a little more attractive, is picking up a like a gamer laptop, or something that has obviously some higher specs, specifically for gaming, but in a laptop form factor, since I don't really have the real estate on a desk to give up for a tower.
Certainly. And I think it's awesome because if, you're definitely going to PlayStation 4, and if I'm going to PlayStation 4, we're going to tear some shit up.
I think for the first time, yeah, there's you won't be the only one. It's actually kind of exciting because I know a lot of hardcore Xbox guys. I want to say because of, and again, I'm not picking sides. I'm not trying to be that guy. We've all heard that what happened, obviously, but I do know a lot of Xbox buddies that are saying I'm gonna ditch the Xbox. I'm going with the PS4, and which is really cool. Cool news because I have never been able to play with them because of the differences in platforms. So for the first time, I think that I'll be able to to play, and again, it's hey, it'll be good times. I think it'll be really fun to play with a lot of these guys that I've either talked with, worked with, or what have you. In the last handful of years, and the reason why we were separated was because of platform. So I think it'll be cool.
Certainly, and it should be good. Guys, I think that's about all we got for today. You're going to be seeing a lot more videos from me and good Sir Nine Toes here in the near future.
Without a
So
doubt.
just keep an eye. Yeah, without a doubt. So just keep an eye out for that. Would you like to say anything before you go, Nine Toes?
No, just otherwise, just what, support Josh here. He does put out excellent content. So if you guys like, favorite, thumbs up, subscribe, Facebook, whatever, put up the bat signal, whatever it takes, help him out. Definitely, whatever you like about his videos, put them down below in the comments. If you don't like me, put it in the comments down below as well too. But why wouldn't you?
Well, thank you very much. And guys, just thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.